But I guess from Perez's point of view, I mean, Kit Kat just has to bring more. You were going to bring 30 mil, bring 33 mil.
It all makes sense. He was having a break.
Yeah. Oh,
that makes complete sense now. There you go.
He was looking after his sponsor.
Yeah,
Start last, have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Welcome to Let's Talk Motorsport, a show where a couple of blokes have fun chatting all things motor racing. My name is Daniel, this is Ivan and Alex. We're all finally in the studio together.
Hey,
and
back.
It's time for some F1 chats because obviously F1's the only thing going around at the moment. And what a weekend of racing in Qatar.
Yeah, well, a track that's usually a snooze fest turns out to be one of the greatest races of the year.
I mean, everything happened. I mean, sprint race, to be honest, was
a bit of a snooze fest.
That was a bit of a snooze
That
fest,
made up for it.
But yeah, I mean, the practice sessions, the qualifying, penalties being handed out left, right, and center.
Yep.
Yeah, it all became quite a dramatic event, and we go to the final round to decide the constructors' title as well.
And have you heard the rumors?
There are lots of rumors to come
I
out.
mean,
This
the
week.
biggest rumor of all
Which one?
is
Econ.
some say that Perez is still in pit lane.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get into that.
I mean, Ocon apparently out and Jack
Yes.
Doohan in for the final round of the year. And I believe that's Briatore's way of saying to Jack Doohan, if you don't do good, then I'm gonna go get Colapinto.
Yeah.
I think it's their way contractually to showcase to Jack Doohan's lawyers that they have put him in an F1 seat, even though it could be for one round. It's really, really interesting. I mean, Briatore, for some reason, just does not like him.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, because he's got a reputation, even with Benetton years back.
I mean, we all remember the Renault days and what happened and the controversy of the safety car.
What's it with Australian drivers racing for Alpine and then not? Like, what's the go with that? Is it a racial thing?
It's consistency.
Yeah, it's consistency.
Well, hopefully Jack Doohan doesn't race for Alpine and has a better career somewhere else, like another Aussie. Anyway,
but from spring, but spring qualifying, great performance by George Russell and Lando Norris. I mean, they were neck and neck. Also, Lando Norris finished a lap leading the race. He started P1 and finished the first lap leading.
Do you know why? Because it's not an actual race; it was a sprint.
Yeah,
that's the loophole behind it.
Well, the sprint, how you mentioned, was a snooze fest. The start of it was entertaining.
Yes.
And then the very last 10 meters was entertaining.
Yeah, well, speaking of snooze fest, someone was snoozing back in pit lane when the race started, and Colapinto got a feel for him. His race was ruined.
What was his answer? Surely.
I mean,
you don't know. Perez started in the pit lane. Let's explain to our listeners.
Let's explain it.
Perez started in the pit lane, 20th position.
Because they made changes to the setup. He wasn't happy.
Yes. So when the light went green, he didn't move for about 2-3 seconds.
I thought my bad start was bad at Taylor Bend. No, this was literally 3 whole seconds.
Yeah.
It was actually 5, I think. I remember counting.
But even when he went, he didn't actually go.
No, he just
cruised. No, it was like, my dad pulling away from the stoplights. Just like, go, man. Anyway, yeah, and then he was going so slow that Colapinto literally almost stopped behind him and
almost crashed into him.
He almost hit him. Yeah, almost hit him.
Do you know, to be a Formula One driver,
you have to go.
You have to go when the light goes green. That's one of the requirements.
That's exactly what Horner actually said, though. Too. He actually told Perez, usually when it's green, it means go, do your job
during the interview.
Yeah. And the fact is, Red Bull are now out of the constructors fight, and they only scored 1 point in the sprint and only the race win. What could have been for Red Bull if they had a decent driver?
What a turnaround from them. Like, they finished 8th, qualified 6th, I think it was.
Yeah.
In the sprint. And then the next day, well, technically pole position, and then win.
Well, there's actually some beef as well.
It was a complete turnaround. Like the speed.
Overnight.
I mean,
overnight.
Verstappen in the sprint was nowhere.
No, he lost 2 spots. He was off the track a few times. It was not himself.
The crazy oversteer of lap 1. I mean, that car looked
he
like
almost spun.
Yeah,
it looked horrible.
It was
literally.
terrible.
But the sprint, like funny you mentioned the last 10 seconds. I actually thought for a split second, oh my God, he's got engine problems.
Yeah, me too.
Right at the end of the race. Can you imagine? You have to push your car to the finish line. Like
it has happened before.
It has.
It has happened. But kudos to McLaren, for doing that.
Well, actually, it wasn't McLaren's decision.
It was Lando's decision.
Lando.
Yeah.
Oh, did he just decide by himself?
The radio said finish in this order.
Yeah. And he returned the favor for Brazil because
Yes.
obviously Oscar did the same thing for him.
Yeah.
So
Because Lando did so good in Brazil.
yeah, exactly. They
It was
were
horrible.
neck and neck.
Yeah.
Everyone did so good in Brazil.
Everybody did.
Everyone crashed.
In Formula 1.5.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was
Well,
just interesting
Verstappen's
weekend.
in Formula 1. No, look, I mean, obviously, congratulations, obviously, to Max Verstappen, everything he's achieved this year, not having the dominant car, yet asserting his dominance at the head of the championship when it mattered. But McLaren and Ferrari going into the final race, I mean, it still does look McLaren's way, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah, they're still at the point advantage, and the car should be really good for Abu Dhabi and go from there.
Well, they were lucky to get double points after the yellow flag penalty drama.
It's just the only question marks is both teams are prone to screwing themselves over.
Yeah.
So whoever just doesn't screw up,
Well, Ferrari
should
did
do
it.
all right.
Ferrari did it in Vegas. McLaren did it this time. Except they didn't screw up themselves. They just
No, the penalty didn't help.
no. But they had a bad race then. They had a bad race this time.
Yep.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
Zhou will win.
Well,
Yeah.
I said last week, are they going to get any points? I was
Well.
proven wrong because I said no.
No, well, I mean, great race from them. At the end of the day, you got to be there when it counts. And I mean,
they almost had double points. Bottas was 11th.
yeah. But I mean, it's great. And especially for a driver who's not going to, race full time next year. It's nice.
Is he signed with that deal yet for next year?
Apparently he's close.
Well, the thing is,
This will help.
it makes sense. Are we talking about Bottas, right?
No.
No.
Good on you.
What? Oh, with
Ferrari.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Test driver. Yeah, that would be big. I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about Bottas. for a minute.
Actually,
what's he doing?
I did think about
Mercedes.
it, and the team does actually have a lot of Chinese sponsors,
That's true.
and I think even as a reserve driver,
He'd bring a lot of money.
he'd bring a lot of money in. But I guess from Perez's point of view, I mean, Kit Kat just has to bring more.
That's
You were
what
going to
he
bring
was doing.
30 mil, bring 33 mil.
It all makes sense. He was having a break.
Oh,
That makes complete sense now. There you go.
he was looking after his sponsor.
Yeah, I was
Start last, have a break,
speaking.
have a Kit Kat.
Perez though, what a
He's like this.
oh,
Go through the helmet.
because even in the race he was awful. He spun
So
as well, and
Did he
apparently,
spin?
yeah, and apparently he burnt the clutch by starting in third gear, which
Wait, race or sprint?
race. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I just saw this on social media,
Wow.
but unbelievable. Seriously,
We
the fact that
should-
he's in that car.
We should, and let us know in the comments if you would like us to make a special Perez season review where we literally list and we go through every single penalty, everything he's done wrong in 2024.
We're not that short of content. I don't think.
I don't know. I think it'll be an hour
It'll
episode.
be pretty funny.
That'll last us about 12 years.
Yeah, it'll last us until the start of next season.
We could definitely make that an episode.
We can
Yeah.
just make a fun one. Just
The
have fun.
2024 Perez horror show.
And then to start the show with
Him not starting.
oh yeah, we just have a 3-second delay.
Well, we
And-
do.
And today's episode is brought to you by Kit Kat.
Have a break.
We do have an Instagram video if you want to check that out,
Yeah.
referencing cars. So that was a
Very
perfect
good.
moment.
Very good.
But let's talk about the race itself. Max got off to a pretty decent start. He made sure that he led
that was
the
good.
first lap. That was really cool to see. Disaster for Hamilton.
Race to forget.
Awful.
Wasn't his
Absolutely.
fault.
No, well, the thing is, let's start off with the first moment. Who the Williams and who else crashed? Ocon. Ocon and
Caused by
Colapinto.
Hulkenberg.
caused by that's right. And then it was probably Ocon's last race as well, as we
Yes,
briefly
yes,
spoke.
Yes.
As it should be.
Well, for Alpine.
for Alpine. Yeah, do you know what's funny? The car that crashed him is the car he's
Yeah, he's in
stopping.
next to-
Yeah.
So there you go. No, but
He
and
took
then
my seat.
but
Yeah.
the biggest talking point from this race was when Albon's, I think it was Albon who lost a bit
It was
of
Albon,
his
yeah.
wing,
Yeah.
mirror, sorry, and the way the FIA reacted to it. There was
But
no.
they didn't. Maybe
Exactly.
Checo gave him some Kit Kats.
Maybe.
Yeah. He's in the stewards room.
Yeah.
going,
That's a good point.
hello,
That's a good
hello.
point. But anyway, Lando got a 10-second stop-go penalty, technically a 35-second penalty, for ignoring the yellow flag there. Max was straight away onto it, like, punish this boy.
Well, yeah.
But the thing is,
Mm.
that's not, that's fair enough. But what happened was...
Hang on, that was after this.
This was...
Was the yellow flag penalty bit after the part you're about to say?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on.
But he did it beforehand, if that makes sense. So what happened, right?
You've
He
lost me.
he crossed the Max and Lando went right. No, like the mirror was still there,
Yeah.
but it's still yellow flag. But the reason that everyone's complaining is because the FIA didn't put a virtual safety car before Bottas ran over it,
Right.
and it was a decent amount of time to
Right.
decide. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we are also talking about the FIA that when Lance Stroll crashed into a wall,
No
they
one
said
cared.
no one cared, and they
That
let
is true.
people finish races. So I think the FIA, until somebody runs over something, they're not going to call a yellow flag or anything.
But what a spectacle, though. Once Bottas ran over it, it
Well-
was hell loose. Hamilton got a puncture. Sainz had damage as well.
Yeah.
It was nuts. Absolute nuts.
Yeah, but it was a joke.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Complete
Nah.
joke.
Have you guys heard about the Lewis Hamilton special livery
Potential, yeah.
for next race?
I
Mhm.
saw.
We said it last week, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I saw
That was a mock,
something.
wasn't it? That wasn't...
I saw a concept and it had
purple?
purple.
That
Purple
looked
one.
really cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That looked epic.
I wonder
What-
what George will run then.
What time is that race in Australian time? It's going to be late again. isn't it?
11:30. No, 11:30
Is it?
p.m. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good.
That's
Finishes
better.
at 1:30 in the morning, though.
That's better than guitar.
I'll double check, but I'm fairly sure over the last couple of years.
And by the way, let us know in the comments, where are you going to be when the final race of 2024 happens?
And who's going to win, Ferrari or McLaren? Let us know as well. But
McLaren.
yeah, overall, what a really cool race.
Yep,
Great
11:30.
to see.
nice.
Qatar wasn't as hot as last year, which was good for the drivers, and it was
Oh, yeah,
not
'cause everyone
boring as
passed
well.
out last year,
Exactly,
didn't
yeah. Lance literally fainted while driving.
Yeah.
And what's with they were 3.5 seconds faster than they were last year?
Probably for that reason.
Could be, yeah.
The temperature?
Yeah, why
Like,
not?
They're physically
Makes
able
sense.
to, do it this time.
Yeah.
But with that being said, why don't we run through the results, Alex?
Sure thing. Obviously, Max was the victor. Actually, can we talk about? We didn't mention the George and Max bit.
No. Yeah, so
Do we have time?
Yeah, we have time.
Okay.
Basically, there was some beef after qualifying, apparently,
Yes.
because did you hear the comments that he said?
It's not the first time these two have argued as
No.
well.
It's the sloth from Ice Age versus Woody from Toy Story. That's that's all the memes are. But apparently, he accused Max is like he's had a comment about like you and the FIA you're working together sort of thing.
Apparently,
Oh.
George is very different behind the camera. That's all I've said as well. He's very different in the FIA room, and
Well,
Yeah.
apparently George, somehow he's thinking that next year he's a contender. And so he's trying to give Lando and Max this kind of presence that he will be a contender next year. He doesn't know there's an 18-year-old Italian coming to whoop him next year. But anyways, yeah, it's really interesting. He's changed a little bit in these last couple of rounds.
it was calmer though. It
Yeah.
was calmer.
Yeah,
The Red Bull said it sends across the line when Max won.
Yeah.
Calmer.
yeah, and I love the fact that, like I said before, Max just instantly took the lead from him.
Oh,
Any means
you knew that was
necessary.
good. It was like
Yeah.
the Prost and Senna thing. You
Yeah,
knew
yeah.
what was going to happen. with
Except
turn
they
one.
didn't crash.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. The whole spectacle of you know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, exactly.
That part.
Definitely. Anyway,
Anyway, I'll continue through.
as you go.
Max Verstappen was a victor. Charles Leclerc second. Oscar Piastri third. George Russell fourth. Pierre Gasly again, pretty good result. Fifth place for him.
He's doing really well.
He's doing really good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Maybe Red Bull should give him another call. Carlos Sainz was sixth, despite having the puncture too. Alonso seventh. Joe Guan Yu, the hero, was in eighth. Everyone loved him. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
it
that's
was like he
pretty
was
cool.
the president. Kevin Magnussen was ninth. Lennon Norris after his 10-second, 15-second stop go
10
penalty.
second, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, was 10th.
Yeah, he got butchered.
Decent
Yep.
recovery though to get at least get a point.
Mm.
Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, true. And he got the extra point. for
That's
the lap.
true. Good point.
So,
Good shout.
handy. Bottas, unfortunately, was 11th. I did say it was close. He still finished 15 seconds behind him.
We don't need to worry about that.
That's fine. Lewis Hamilton was 12th. Yuki Tsunoda 13th. Liam Lawson 14th, Albon 15th, and then none finishes. Hulkenberg, Perez, Stroll, Colapinto, and Ocon. What happened to Perez?
What happened to Perez?
The spin, wasn't it?
Everyone's trying to work out what happened to Perez.
Perez is trying to work out what's happened to Perez.
Anyway,
where was that pace when he was at Racing Point?
Well,
yeah.
The thing is that
still bothers me. Though.
The race was at the same time that Kit Kat were having a commercial, and so he needed to be in that commercial as part of his
it's
agreement.
Exactly like Brad Pitt filming the F1 movie while trackside. That's just Perez doing it for commercials.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.